Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Don't disrespect me, amigo. That's what Terence Crawford is saying. And that's his message to Saul Canelo Alvarez, Guadalajara, Jalisco's finest. Listen, man, I think Terence Crawford should come out and start speaking more and calling out Canelo. I think he should. Now, I know there's mixed opinions on whether Crawford can win or not, but I think we all should agree that he should call him out, especially when Canelo comes out and says that fighting Terence Crawford will be an easy fight. It's easy money. If they're going to pay me to fight him, okay, no problem. It's an easy fight for me. It's an easy win. Yo, to that I say, not even in a respectful way, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. I'm not sure what Canelo's thinking, but it sounds like anyone he gets in the ring with, to him, it's an easy fight. One thing we do know when it comes to Canelo is after that Bivol fight, he's no longer talking about trying to fight anyone who's a real threat. Or he's definitely not talking about fighting Usyk. Remember, Canelo was out here talking about going to fight Usyk. Yeah, I can beat him. I can. He stopped talking that stupid shit, didn't he? No more fighting Usyk. No more becoming a heavyweight. He got his ass humble. And ever since then, what'd he do? He started fighting guys, but he didn't have to worry too much about what they were bringing inside that ring. Now, from the guy named Ryder, Jamel Charlo, Jaime Munguia was a threat, but it showed that there's levels to this boxing stuff. Then he just fought. Now he's about to fight Berlanga. Let me tell you something. If you're gonna fight a Ryder, you're gonna fight Jamel Charlo. If before it wasn't an issue fighting Khan, I don't understand why not fight Terence Crawford. Because if Canelo is all about his money, like he said, the legacy thing, he's already got that cemented. Why would Canelo go and fight somebody else other than Crawford or Benavidez, right? If he's really about the money. Now, Benavidez, I think Benavidez deserves to fight more than anyone. I'm just being real with you. There's nothing else Benavidez could have done to try to get that fight with Canelo, except start kissing his ass, which is not something Benavidez is going to do. But when it comes to Terence Crawford, why not fight him? You're going to go ahead and fight Berlanga. Eddie Hearn is feeding Berlanga to Canelo. That's all that is, people. Don't get it twisted. Berlanga thinks, my eyes bother me, excuse me. Berlanga thinks Eddie Hearn is on his team. Eddie Hearn is looking out for him. That he's Eddie Hearn's guy. Somebody get a hold of Berlanga immediately and let him know right now that Eddie Hearn is not on his side. Eddie Hearn signed him, gave him a couple fights, right? Made sure he could get a knockout, put money in his pocket. He changed his life financially, and now he's going to make sure he gets a really good payday against Canelo, but he's feeding him to Canelo. Eddie Hearn and Canelo are friends. And let me tell you something. Eddie Hearn likes the back and forth between fighters. He likes to see them get confrontational. He likes a little brouhaha. But Eddie Hearn, I'm going to tell you right now, he don't like that. He's from the UK. He don't like all that American talk with, yo, you N-word, you B, you P-word. He don't like that ghetto street shit. He doesn't like that. I know he likes when they get into it, he feels that anything to sell the fight. But really, he don't want to deal with that shit. And I'm telling you, after Berlanga fights Canelo, I don't know if he has another fight. I don't know how many fights he signed with Eddie Hearn. But I don't think he's going to continue with Eddie Hearn. Well, look, this thing with Berlanga and Canelo should clip him, right? I have no doubt. But to hear that Canelo wants $150 million to fight Terence Crawford. That's ridiculous. $200 million or something, $250 million to fight David Benavidez. That's ridiculous. Now, if you just don't want to fight him, if you just don't want to fight the man, at least for me, be more specific. You say you're not looking for a Terence Crawford fight. You're not asking for that. So they're trying to give me something I don't want. Okay, but they want to have a conversation. They're more than likely, you'll make more money than you've ever made in one fight with Crawford. More money than you ever made with one fight with Benavidez. But I know Canelo doesn't need the money. Not just for the money he made in boxing, with all of his investments and everything. Plus, Canelo just recently gave $70 million back to some organization. He doesn't like to talk about it. But for him to give $70 million back out there in Mexico, that tells you that Canelo got money to burn. He can afford to lose some money if he just give away $70 million. So I think Turki Al-Sheikh and those guys, I think Turki Al-Sheikh and his team need to structure a better approach to Canelo other than the money. Even though Canelo said he just wants to make the most money, make $1 billion from boxing. So my thing is, why not go and snatch up that money for a fight with Crawford or Benavidez instead of fighting these other guys where there's still a risk. Look, I think Canelo tranquilizes Berlanga. I don't think that shit goes past, Canelo says 8, I don't think it goes past 5. But at the end of the day, the best fighter doesn't win. It's the fighter who boxes the best or the boxer who fights the best. And maybe Berlanga pulls it off. So I say all that to say this. Why go in there with someone, right, and risk losing and get paid 1/3 or 1/4 of what you could make going in with somebody else, like a Crawford or Benavidez, and make 3, 4, 5 times as much money? So that's the thing with me. It doesn't make sense. Once you get in that ring, anything can happen. You might as well get there and make the most money possible. But I know what it is Canelo knows his legacy is intact. And if he losing against Bivol, that doesn't hurt him. If he fights Anthony Yardy or these other big guys like Berdabiev, it doesn't hurt him. If he loses to Benavidez, it's a personal thing for Canelo. I think it crushes him. But losing against Crawford, your legacy is out the window. Now everybody's going to say, now you see what happened? He was cherry picking. And I don't agree when people say this. They talk about the Mayweather blueprint. Find those fighters who've been just kind of hanging around longer than what they should and then call them out for a fight. I don't believe that. But that's what the fans are going to say. It finally caught up to him. Cherry picking gone wrong. And fought a guy like Crawford who has the mentality of, I'm not going to bow down to you, I'm going to fight you back. And now he lost. So his whole legacy is going to be in tatters, and the fans are going to be coming down hard on him. I personally think if Canelo were to fight Crawford and he lost, it's not the end of the world. But I understand, because I see how most of these other people are. They're not fair to the fighters. They're just ridiculous. But that being said, Crawford's like, no, don't come disrespect me. Crawford has been coming to the defense of Madrimov. You listen to Canelo, he felt Crawford lost the fight. And then he says, basically, if he couldn't handle Madrimov, what's he doing thinking about fighting me? So I kind of understand Canelo, but part of me feel Canelo putting a little duck sauce on the carne asada. Like, he got him a little plate of fried rice, and he duck saucing that shit down. Because I just can't understand. I understand you got Berlanga coming up. But it's nothing wrong to have a conversation with Turki Al-Sheikh. And I see some people out here champion the fact that Gervonta and Canelo don't want to do business with Turki Al-Sheikh. And I guess when you're making the kind of money they're making. But for me, I would just like them to be more specific on why. Why they don't want to work with that man. That's it. But it is what it is. But for Crawford, I think he needs to call him out more. You can tell Crawford's agitated by Canelo kind of dismissing him. Crawford's agitated. Because I think even Crawford realizes there ain't nowhere else for him to go. Who Crawford gonna fight? Everything was supposed to be building up to Canelo. I said this in another video. What's Crawford's motivation? Winner of Virgil Ortiz and Bohachuk. I think Bohachuk beats Ortiz. We'll find out, right? And then now you got Crawford and Bohachuk fighting. Now Crawford tries to become undisputed in the third weight division. Third weight division. But what's the real motivation there for him to fight the winner of Ortiz and Bohachuk? Ain't no motivation there. I think there'd be more motivation for him to fight Jermell Charlo and Canelo. Outside of those two names, I don't think there's no motivation. Anyway, Crawford ain't about the disrespect. I think he should call him out more. I think he should step to him. Don't be, calling him no P word, B word like the Benavidez have done. Don't do that because Canelo's petty. You say some shit like that, he like, I'm not going to give you a payday. And that's the other thing about Canelo. He feels everyone, it's kind of true though, that without him, no one gets the big payday. And he thinks everybody want to fight him is for the payday. You just want payday. Yeah, they want a payday, but I think Crawford wants to fight him. And I think Canelo knows that. But anyway, we'll see what the future holds. I haven't given up hope on Crawford and Canelo, but I do think Benavidez deserves a fight more than anyone. But if it ain't going to be Benavidez, give Crawford a fight. I would like to see that. And if Crawford keeps calling him out, I think he may get it. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.